Okay, this is for all you judgy McJudgersons out there. RoamTownGirl here, bringing you some judgment times from the road. Oh my goodness. So in this video, I want to address some of the backlash I got for something I said in my bear video. Who knew about using my dogs as bait? Now, I was just kidding, but I feel the need to sort of explain that further. Can't believe the backlash. I want to tell you something that I do deserve to be judged for. And if you watch all the way till the end, I'm going to tell you a story where the safety of myself and the dogs were a bit in question. Okay, true confession time. I put my dogs back outside as bait. So obviously that was meant to be funny. For those that watch my channel and have come to know me, I'm actually a bit overprotective with my dogs. So now that said, using them as bait is funny. And here's what's funny about it. Because I did use them as bait. Although I knew that when I said that, you would be picturing something in your mind, which was a lot different than what I actually had done. So in case you haven't watched the original controversial video, I'll put a link to the bear video up here in the corner. Well, originally, I was trying to capture on film this coyote fox creature. I had just been outside with the dogs. They have a potty pen. They are never out there unsupervised, especially when I'm in a forest area. I'm out there with them. Let them go to the bathroom. I don't let them dilly-dally. And then we all go back inside, which is what we had done. And when I went and sat and was looking out my back window, I saw this coyote fox thing. So, since I wasn't quick enough to capture it on film, I thought, let's recreate what I just did. So, I put the dogs back outside in their pen with me standing there. I let them kind of sniff around and look around and yap and bark a little bit, maybe for 5 minutes or less, and then we all went back inside again. And I continued to look out the back window, but alas, it was not enough to attract our coyote fox friend, so I never did get to capture that animal on film. Oh well. But instead, I saw the bear. And that was much later, had nothing to do, that the bear incident and the dog being outside incident had hours in between. Now, for those of you that just really want to judge me, let me at least give you something to legitimately judge me for, which you can just come on and join me. I've got my own retroactive judgment going towards myself on this one. While I was at the campground there where I saw the bear and the coyote fox, 2 days earlier it had snowed. Not a lot of snow, but snow. And so I had taken the dogs for a walk and we had gone back into the woods a little bit, not far. And there was this clearing. And so I couldn't help myself. And this is a special treat, not a regular occurrence, but I took the dogs off leash and I let them run around and romp in the snow. I mean, they're snow dogs after all, right? And I figured in this big open clearing, at least I could, keep a watch. Plus I was paying attention to them. I figured if something was around, they would smell it, they'd see it, they'd give me a sign. And up until that point, we'd only seen squirrels and chipmunks. Anyway, now that I became aware of how close this coyote fox thing was and the bear, I mean, I just cringe every time I think about the fact that I had them back there off leash. And again, it was 10 minutes or less, but I just keep thanking my lucky stars that nothing happened. I mean, I can't be neurotic. I like to give them some freedom, especially running around in the snow, but oh good gracious, I'm just so grateful nothing happened. So for you judgies out there, judge away, because I can't stop judging myself for that one, quite frankly. Now that said, they can't really be trusted to identify if something's around, because there was this one time back when we were in Big Bear. For those of you who haven't watched my origins video, this whole RV thing started because I was in Big Bear for a month in this magnificent property while the owners were gone, and it was just me, the dogs, and just this fantastic property on the lake and all this snow. And if you want to know more about that, I'll put a link to that video up here in the corner, or this corner. I don't know which corner, but you'll see it. Creepy story time. I'm spending the winter on this big property, and it's so big it has an upper and a lower yard. And so I called the lower yard down below. The dogs knew it by down below. And I had it fenced off with their dog gate, so they could only go down below when I said under my supervision. It snowed, we were gonna go play. I said, let's go down below. They go running past me. They go run down to this expanse. And you can see how close we are to the lake's edge, and there's that rock formation over there, and I'm sure that's where the coyotes' dens were. And I'm always careful not to be out at dawn or around dusk, you know, so I think this was like 9 or 10 in the morning. I figured it was safe. So they go running down below, I come down, and as soon as I can see out to the lake, I see this single file line of coyotes, about 6 or 7 of them. I guess they were probably coming home from a night's worth of hunting and heading back to their den in the rocks. Anyway, my dogs noticed nothing. I saw the coyotes, and just my instincts just kicked in, and this voice I've never heard come out of my mouth before, I just went, Shelby, Wesley, in the house, now! And they knew, and they ran past me and went back up to the house. However, they had not noticed the coyotes, and the coyotes had not noticed us. But when I said that, this single file line of coyotes, they're just walking, right? And they all just turn and look at me. And I think, oh crap. Anyway, I turn around, I go back to the house, I put the dogs inside, I close the door, I grab my camera, and I run back down because I'd like to kind of catch them, right? But at this point, they had pretty much gone completely out of my field of view. Like maybe I saw the last remnants of the last guy, and they were gone. But it did worry me going forward because I believe coyotes kind of have a similar path, you know, when they go to and from their den, and so now they knew that I was there, the dogs were there. Anyway, nothing ever did happen, but that just begs the point that my relying on my dogs to smell something, look at something, bark at something, yeah, they can't, they're of no value that way. But anyway, the whole point of this video was I wanted to address the comments and the worry. I mean, really, come on, people. If I were going to use my dogs as bait and I were that kind of person, do you think I would actually say that in a public forum out there for all the world to see? Of course not. It was just a joke said to be funny, and like I said, I knew that when I said that, what you were picturing in your brain was one thing versus how I actually did it, given that I am a anxiety-ridden worrywart. I would never put my dogs in danger. And of course, that is why I'm so grateful nothing happened when they ran around in the snow. Anyway, I hope we're all good and clear on that. Those of you that knew I was joking, thank you. Those of you that were judging me but now have forgiveness in your heart, thank you. And I hope everybody will decide to stay around and see what I get into next. See you in the next video.